Today we'll start a new topic named nationalism in India. In first topic we have discussed about how nationalism emerged in different parts of Europe. And after when nationalism came to India, came in different parts of Europe, they overthrown the monarchical rule and established a nation state. It is also meant a change in people's understanding who they were and what defined their identity and sense of belongings. Ironically, people divided into different sects, communities, but common bonding was there. They belonged to one particular empire. So they understood their common belongings, new symbols and icons. As we have seen that many symbols were used in French revolutions, new songs like Marseilles is one of the example of those. In many revolutions, various songs were used and ideas forged new links that redefined the boundaries of communities. Many people inspired by these changes, as we discussed about romanticism was developed in Europe that triggered the mentality of the people and and forced them to protest to provoke against the autocratic rules. In most countries, the making of new national identity was a long process. Somewhere it happened earlier, but somewhere it took time because they understood as the literacy level was very low, so they understood later. But ultimately, they revolted against the existing rule, which they feel that it was not democratic. Ultimately, the idea is to establish a common or popular rule which is based on democratic rule. How did this consciousness emerge in India? As we have seen that when French Revolution was going on that time Tipu Sultan was fighting with the British government. He also thought about the liberty of his territory, Mysore, but it was only a common territory. It was only a particular territory where he was ruling. He and his father Hyder Ali fought against the British rule. Then many parts Maratha thought about Swaraj and various other parts as well, but they were fragmented, they were scattered. One united struggle occurred in 1857, where all the rulers, those who were suffered by the British policies, they took part in the revolt of 1857. This was called the first war of Indian independence. Although this revolt was failed, but it was successful in many ways. It united the people for a common cause that to remove the British rule from the country. Later years, the changes were seen. The sense of being oppressed under colonialism provided a shared bond that tied many different groups together. As we have seen that from north to south, east to west, many people, their common cause is to remove Britishers from the country, came to an existence and they came together and fought against the British rule. But in each class and group felt the effect of colonialism differently. Like for example, the people suffered in eastern part like Bihar, indigo plantation workers, their problem was very different than the ruling community. Their problem was very different because their ruling was snatched. Zamindars were there, they lost their zamindaris, their cause were different. Mill workers, their cause were different. Their experiences were varied and their notions of freedom were not always the same. They also interpret independence in different ways. As we have seen in upcoming Mahatma Gandhi's movement, the interpretation of the particular freedom word Swaraj was interpreted by the different people differently. The Congress under Mahatma Gandhi tried to force these groups together within one movement. Under Mahatma Gandhi, three big movements were launched. Out of them, two was launched by Mahatma Gandhi. Civil disobedience movement in 1930. First movement that was called non-cooperation movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in 1920. It was a first mass struggle against the British rule. Then civil disobedience. Then a very famous Quit India movement. But the unity did not emerge without conflicts. As we have seen that when the country became independent, on that time conflict occurred and India divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. Then although they were not united, so without conflict the unity cannot be achieved, could not be achieved. Now come back to the part, the First World War 1914-1918. We have seen that the Swaraj was started by the Congressian already in 1996. Lokmanya Tilak presented the word Swaraj in one of the session of Congress. Then 1905 Lord Curzon partitioned Bengal by saying that it was too big to govern, but basically he wanted to break the nationalist sentiments among Hindu and Muslims. He was successful, but because of enormous pressure of the people, Swadeshi boycott movement was started. In 1911, he was forced to quit from partition of Bengal. Bengal was reunited again in 1911, but he was successful in dividing the people into two, because Muslim League was formed. So leaders of Muslim League was some of the Congress leaders who joined Muslim League and separated from the Congress. Then 1914, the world circumstances created that the First World War occurred. The war created a new economic and political situation in our country. It led to a huge increase in defense expenditure because Britishers were fighting. They used Indian resources because our country was a colonial country. So they use our resources. Defense expenditure, they use a large sum of money, custom to collect the monies. They established custom duties over there, custom duties, and they also income tax were imposed on the people to collect more and more revenue for the war. Though the war years, prices increase, leading to extreme hardship of the common people, because most of the goods or grains were supplied to the people, those who are fighting for the war. So there was a huge shortage of grain, resulting price increased in our country. Villages were called upon the supply soldiers. A British government forced the village youngsters to take part in the revolt. They went to war fronts. They were forcefully sent to the war fronts. Many large number of people died because basically they were farmers. They were not soldiers. But to show the large numbers, they forced people to take part in the war. In rural areas, caused widespread anger, resulting crop failure. Large number of people were empty, so elder people could not grow crops properly, so resulting crop failures. The effect of crop failures is acute shortage of food. Epidemic influenza was one of the example of those. Millions died due to the famines and epidemic. This was happened in in almost all parts of the country. Then the idea of Swaraj, then you can see the example of the idea of Swaraj. The racist regime with the novel method of agitation that is called Satyagraha. The idea of Satyagraha that was established by Mahatma Gandhi. When Mahatma Gandhi was successful, launched a successful campaign in South Africa. Then he came to India on 9 January 1916. Then he started to his mass agitation named Satyagraha. His successful implementation, first we understand the meaning of Satyagraha. Satyagraha means truth appeal, the requesting for the truth. It suggested if the cause was true, if the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to fight with the oppressor. Like it happened in our family. अगर हम सच होते तो अपनी बात को मनवाने के लिए पेरेंट्स को रिक्वेस्ट करते कि हम सही हैं, हम गलत नहीं हैं. It happened sometimes in our family. The practical implementation of Satyagraha we implemented in our family as well. So very same thing started by Mahatma Gandhi. In South Africa, he launched a successful campaign over there. Overnight, he became popular. Then this could be done by appealing the consciousness of the oppressor. People, including the oppressor, had to persuade it to see the truth, instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence. It was not necessary to use violence, instead we use peaceful agitation against it. By this struggle, Mahatma Gandhi forced to accept the truth through the trumpet. Mahatma Gandhi believed in the drama of non-violence. The drama of non-violence could unite all Indians. This was one of the example of those. He was successfully launched his campaign, as I told you earlier, in South Africa. In India, 1 year he spent time in visiting the country to know about the condition of our country. Then he started his campaign. His first successful was campaign launched in Champaran. That the revolt was famous in the name of Champaran Satyagraha. In 1916, he traveled to Champaran by an invitation of a local person. Then he went to Bihar. He went over there to inspire the peasants to struggle against the system. He used his successful weapon named Satyagraha and non-violence. The British forced the peasant to grow indigo earned a huge profit in an international market. Farmers could not grow food, resulting crop. This led to a huge shortage of food grains. Then Mahatma Gandhi successfully launched Satyagraha, and Britishers persuaded. Then the indigo plantation industry shifted from Bihar. It was forced to close down. Then his next movement was launched, that was known as Kheda Satyagraha. The spelling is wrong there, Khada. Kheda Peasant Satyagraha, Gujarat, 1917. Mahatma Gandhi organized Satyagraha to support the peasants of Kheda district of Gujarat. Affected by the problem was there, the people were affected with the crop failure and a plague epidemic. The peasant could not pay the revenue and were demanding the revenue collection by be relaxed. वो चाहते थे कि एपिडेमिक के कारण जो क्रॉप फेल हुई उसके कारण ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के टैक्स को माफ़ कर दें. सो दे स्टार्टेड नो टैक्स कैंपेन ओवर देयर. Mahatma Gandhi, along with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, launched a successful campaign and got rights for peasants. Very third movement was started by Mahatma Gandhi in Ahmedabad cotton mill workers strike. In Ahmedabad, during the First World War, cotton mill workers earned a huge profit. The workers worked in various shifts. Extra shifts were working over there, but the benefits were gained by the mill owners only. They did not give any profit to the workers. So peasants, so the factory workers started agitation against it. Mahatma Gandhi joined and started the satyagraha against the mill workers. The dispute had developed after the mill owners withdrew their special allowances given to the workers of working during the First World War and epidemic situation. Supported by Gandhiji, the mill workers demanded 35% in increasing salaries and other basic facilities such as housing, schooling and medical facilities for their family members, which was refused by the owners. He organized Satyagraha workers' salaries. Because of this effort, salaries were increased up to 20% and got other benefits as well, such as medical facilities for their family members, housing facilities and education facilities for the children. This entire activity set a platform for upcoming movements. In upcoming modules, we'll discuss about how upcoming movements were launched, like Rowlatt Satyagraha, then very famous non-cooperation movements. That's it for the video.